Hello and welcome to the final episode of the season, Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. As always, I am your host, Dalton Van Pelt, Scotch on the sidelines. We are coming to you live from Snowmageddon 2023. Pretty serious stuff going on in the NFL right now.
It's only been about half a quarter played. And then Damar Hamlin, safety from the Buffalo Bills, goes down in a seemingly decent tackle, stands up, and just collapses. I thought it was a head injury at first because we've seen that a few times
Probably
this
not.
year, but I didn't want to speculate. It looked like they started administering CPR right away,
They
and
did.
that's what happened, which is super scary. We've never really seen that in the NFL. Especially, I mean, for the ambulance to come out on the field is a huge, huge thing. Normally, if it's a head injury and they're like able to, move their extremities, they get backboarded and they get on the car and they give their thumbs up. With no extremity movement, the ambulance comes out and obviously, you don't want to speculate and everything right now. And obviously, I mean, there's reports. Obviously, everyone knows that there's been CPR. Another report that that he had a pulse and is on oxygen and intubated. Don't know if that's true or not. There's a lot of stuff going on with the game being just temporarily postponed right now. They have not called the game off tonight.
Yet.
It would not surprise me if they call the game off tonight. That does not mean they will not play the game. It is a business of the NFL. I know players may say, I'm not going to, like, if they want to play tonight, some players may say, I'm not playing tonight. And that becomes,
Just got a notification. Hold on.
it just says temporarily suspended still. That's from
Okay.
Roto World, kind of
Yep.
what, in a holding pattern at this point. But it's, the game will not be canceled. It is a business of the NFL, which is sad to say. But I mean, at this point, right now, most people are calling for the game to be, like they don't play the rest of the game tonight. They can pick it up tomorrow. The teams are still there. We've seen this, going back to 2 years ago with the COVID season. They're not, the NFL is not about canceling games, even if this is this could be a tragedy. A lot of people are speculating like the worst, like which you don't want to speculate. Um, pray for that player, Damar Hamlin. Um, just yeah, it's tough to see, and they've just been going back and forth between the broadcast and the studio, and kind of just in a holding pattern. And it was kind of a rush effort. The game eventually falls on the league office in New York to call the game.
Right.
Up
I assume that's why they went to the locker rooms, just to give everyone, all the officials and the NFL offices, time to decide what they want to do. They're showing live shots of the stadium right now, and it looks like most of the second deck has cleared out, but it looks like some people are going in and getting beers and coming back, but
Yeah,
no further information has been gathered. So,
yeah. The crazy thing is, like, the first announcement was after he got, after the ambulance left the stadium, the officials told the teams, "Hey, you have 5 minutes to warm up, and we're going to start going again." And that's when I think the Bills like lost it and said, like, "We're not playing yet." Like,
it was like they staged a lockout.
yeah, like
Because all
we're
the
not playing.
players came onto the field and they got in a huddle.
Yeah, and if you look at the players' faces, it looks bad.
Yeah,
Like
they were all crying, just could not hold in their emotions. It was hard to watch.
it really was. Um, and I know we're here to talk about, the Gym City Gridiron, and a lot of stuff will come down to this game. Obviously, I still do believe they're going to play this game. Like, again, it is the nature of the NFL's business to complete games, whether that is tonight, which I don't know if that's going to happen. It may be tomorrow night, but they will play this game, whether it be, an afternoon game tomorrow at like a mid-afternoon game. Um, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. But the game will not, like,
You know,
could,
it's
could the NFL cancel this game? Yes, which would be absolutely insane.
it
Which
would be insane. Just bringing this to a Gem City
Yeah,
Gridiron light. Currently, I am up by 0.16. And how miserable would it be for Brinkman to come up 5 yards short from a title?
Yeah, Brinkman texted me probably about 20 minutes after this whole happened. He's like, "Do you think they're going to cancel the game?" I said, "I don't think so. Like based on the whole COVID situation, 2 years ago, like they're not in the business of canceling games. So um, it may not happen tonight. I do think they would have to play the game tomorrow, like to actually like kind of stay on pace because they still have a Week 18 game, and I believe both those teams play Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So, and if a team, because there's no Thursday night game this week, I believe it's just Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So maybe if one of those teams plays Saturday, I don't know the schedule off the top of my head, they may push that game
I can
back to
look it up.
Sunday or Sunday to Monday, just to they did that last year or 2 years ago with the COVID situations. They may not get it done tonight, which a lot of people are calling for, which I've already mentioned, but the game will be played. It would
It's
be
just Saturday,
very
Sunday.
okay. So would be very, very shocking to see um the NFL to
Bengals
actually cancel the
play
game.
on Saturday,
So that may move.
and
So
they may just move that one to Sunday.
they
And then
if they have to play that game if they play that game tomorrow on Tuesday, they may just play that Bengals game on Sunday instead of Saturday, which is
because
an
the
easy
Bills play
fix for the
11 a.m.
NFL.
on Sunday.
So that's not a big deal for them. Um yeah, tough situation to see. Especially and so many people are watching this game, coming down to fantasy championships. It is the fantasy championship week, whether it's best ball, whether it's season long, whether it's local leagues, high stakes. Like this is the culmination event, and everybody is watching this game with sweat on the line, whether you're trying to win a local league championship or a couple $1 million. It's um, and everybody's kind of in agreement, as long as they're going to play the game. But does it have to be tonight? If a guy like literally, had CPR and got the AED used on him and like potentially like could pass away, like you're not going to speculate, but it's super scary. Dude's young, 24 years old. Obviously, I thought it was a head injury, but it turned out to be something with his heart. Just something really, just a really weird situation, and um, definitely puts a damper on the last podcast, the last night of the NFL fantasy season, which is what we're all really playing for. But you know, we're here to watch the games and root for favorite players, and you never root for injuries, obviously, and that's the worst way to play fantasy. And just the hope for someone to get hurt. And,
They're
yeah,
showing
just tough
scenes of Sean McDermott and Zach Taylor sharing the same phone in the
in the hallway.
hallway between the two locker rooms. So God knows who they're on the phone with. Maybe Jerry Jones. Who knows makes those decisions. I don't know. But
Roger.
yeah, maybe it is Roger. You know what? It probably is Roger
Yeah, it
because of
would.
the seriousness of the incident.
Yeah, it would not be surprising. Like I said, if they call the game off tonight, go back to the hotel. The Bills can go to the hospital and be with their teammate, as they are on the road, um, to be with his family and to be together as a team to come back, hopefully tomorrow and play this game. But again, not speculating if something happens like catastrophic, and like some players may just say, I've made enough money. I've I've given my all. I'm not going to play any more football. And a lot of people have walked away from the game because of these big injuries, and to see their teammates get hurt in catastrophic ways. And yeah, it's sad to see, and um, it should have been a fun crowning of a champion tonight. Still maybe a crowning of a champion. I doubt it, but um,
It's
it
like
should.
players are walking through the hallways with their pads off already on the
Okay.
Buffalo Bills side.
Yeah, I don't have
They just opened the locker room door. There's players not wearing their um, shoulder pads or anything anymore in there.
I'm sure Shefty is working on it right now. Um,
They're rolling out the carts for the equipment. It looks like this game's not happening, but it's not been called yet. But that's kind of what it's looking like.
yeah,
Anyway, um, this isn't why you came here, so maybe we should move on and let the cards fall as they will, and
Yeah.
Hopefully Brinkman doesn't lose by 5 yards. But if he does, I mean, that'd be pretty crappy way for me to hold on to this trophy right behind my head. But
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. At that point, if that was the decision, I would just say Brinkman won the title.
it hasn't happened yet. You got to win it.
Yeah, that's um yeah, I'm just trying to oh, Skip Bayless is getting absolutely destroyed on Twitter right now.
For what?
Quote, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly becomes so irrelevant. Oh man, he's getting absolutely destroyed.
So you just got to remember that they're people.
Oh yeah, people
That's
like the players.
yeah.
Yeah, like they're dealing with like at the end of the day, they want to go home and be with their family at the end of each day. Yes, they make a lot of money. Yes, they're in the entertainment sports business, but like they still have a family to go home to, and they could give a shit about fantasy, honestly. So, it's a game we like to play, a game that they don't really give two shits about. Some people do, some people don't. Um, yeah,
All right. Dak Prescott has 3 turnovers in the first quarter. Does turn it around and has a nice game. Takes care of the Titans. Zeke gets the workload you're looking for, but he does not get the targets in the passing game,
Mhm.
and he does nothing with his 19 carries.
Yeah, you definitely had a lousy Thursday night game with Dak and Zeke. CD Lamb picking up the effort. That last CD Lamb catch for one catch for 1 yard really makes a big difference at this point in your ball game. I mean, there's excuse me, there's only really 2 games to really recap in the Gem City Gridiron. The IRL really doesn't mean a whole lot this week except for the Monday night game that's going on. Yeah. Um, you had a
Let's talk
decent
about
week.
it anyway.
The which one? Your game?
IRL.
Wow.
The Falcons win on a game-winning field goal by Younghoe Koo. I saw a post on, I don't know what it was, maybe John Boy Media on their Instagram where they said, "Hey, this is how you're supposed to kick in this stadium," because the Ohio State kicker missed a kick wide left that would have sent Ohio State to the national championship game on that field just the day before, I believe, and um, it was funny. The ball landed as soon as the new year started in
Yes, I
that
did
Ohio
see
State
that.
game.
Sorry. Yeah, as soon as they missed the kick, right?
Yep, the second the ball hit the ground, it was 2023.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. They
You
went in.
shanked it into next year was the quote.
Oh, that's going to be a fun game. Those bowl semifinal games were absolutely crazy. Um,
I kind of wish I would have watched. I mean, but I haven't watched college football all year, so I felt like I was being fake.
yeah. What other game you want to talk about?
The Lions just shellacked the Bears. I didn't
Yep.
see anything on this, but
They torched them.
Justin Fields had a nice day on the ground. I did notice that 10 for 132. That's pretty frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Williams, 22 for 144 on a TD. DeAndre Swift gets 2 touchdowns, and Amon-Ra St. Brown has double-digit points, which he does every single week.
Mm-hmm. Lions. The Lions Packers game got flexed to Sunday night. Next week, the Lions they win, they're in. But there's a weird situation where if someone wins um on Sunday afternoon, the Lions are bounced from the playoffs, so the Sunday night game is kind of worthless at that point. I can't remember which team it is, but I think it might be the Seahawks. I think if the Seahawks win,
It's either that or Washington.
yeah, I think one of those teams if they win, they're in the 1 o'clock window, and it'll bounce the Lions, and they're playing on Sunday Night Football. But it should be fun.
Packers
The Lions in the
smoked
playoffs
the
would be
Vikings.
so fun.
Yeah, it would be.
It would be
It's
fun.
happened once in my football watching time.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers shellacked the Vikings. A.J. Dillon does get in the end zone to salvage his day. However, Aaron Jones, who has been banged up, did the most damage on the ground. Tanyan finds the end zone after a lackluster season. Not not much going on for the Vikings. It looks like Cousins was harassed all game, 18 for 31, 205, 1 touchdown, 3 picks.
Yeah, it was a lackluster performance. Justin Jefferson got bottled up by Jair Alexander after all the trash talk all week.
Oh,
Jair Alexander gets the best of him, gets a pick or a pass breakup and does the
and
gritty
then Brady's in his face.
right over him. I don't know how that wasn't a taunting penalty. Like um, yeah, Kirk does Kirk things. Sometimes he's fantastic, and sometimes he is like the worst quarterback you've ever seen play.
Yeah. I don't know if Jacksonville took Trevor Lawrence off at halftime, but they had a huge halftime
End of the
lead.
third, I think. Yeah, a lot of backup
Okay,
quarterbacks
yeah.
got some play.
Yep. 31-3 for the Jaguars. They're sitting pretty. Honestly, the Titans Jags game should have been the one that was flexed to Sunday night because it's like the last one that matters. But
I know that one actually winner gets in. Winner
uh,
gets in.
the Jags are probably going to end up winning that game. It was just announced that
Josh Dobbs is the quarterback.
yeah, Josh Dobbs, that was the name I was searching for.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play absolutely horrible against the Cowboys, but
no.
They sat everybody. So there's that.
Yeah.
The Chiefs had actually a really good game with the Broncos, which made no sense.
That's 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, the Broncos were a little fiery after firing their head coach. Latavius Murray becomes the most targeted player on that team. Albert O finds the end zone after everybody wanting him to fall into the end zone for the last 2 seasons, whatever.
Game
Not
alert.
much else happened.
The Bills Bengals is postponed. It is official, postponed. Play will not resume, and that's the call. Tonight, tonight's Bills and Bengals game has now been called. Play will not resume, and that's the right call. All that matters is Damar Hamlin's health and safety. Does not offer anything. It says suspended. It does not say canceled.
Fox Cincinnati's Trisha Mack reports Bills safety Damar Hamlin has been intubated and is in critical condition following Monday night incident against the Bengals.
Yeah, man, it's tough.
Intubated meaning he can't breathe on his own, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So hopefully that's the last we have to talk about that. Obviously the news coming down from the NFL office is going to end up ultimately decided game suspended. Yep. So ultimately, whatever the NFL office decides is going to end up deciding our fantasy championship.
As for millions and millions of dollars across, the entire fantasy industry.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, the Broncos are dead, and yet they still put up the fight. Moving on. Jacoby Myers gets into the end zone at the very end of the game, which ends up putting my fantasy team in a very large hole. Man, this is really hard to focus with all this.
I know there's a lot of
ancillary stuff.
Now.
That's all right. Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater gets a finger injury in this one, and Skylar Thompson comes in and offers basically the same amount of production that Teddy was. Looks like they both targeted Tyreek Hill a decent amount. It came out today. Tua is not an option for week 18, so it likely will be probably Skylar Thompson. I don't know who the Dolphins play.
Yeah, they haven't announced it yet. But yeah, it'll probably be Thompson next week.
The Giants Daniel Jones creamed the Colts. Didn't he have 2 rushing touchdowns?
Yep, 2 rushing, 2 passing.
2 rushing, 2 passing. Yeah, he just had he said, "Get me in the playoffs."
The Giants are in the playoffs, man. They're in the playoffs.
First time in a long time.
Yeah.
New Orleans shocks the Eagles and the Fighting Gardner Minshew's. The mustache has a bad game for once. It was so weird. So it was 13-0 for like most of the game, and then it was 13-10, and I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden Devontae Smith starts lighting it up in the second half. But old Gardner could not find the end zone.
Yeah. Nothing new, just more stuff from the NFLPA.
Yep, I just went ahead and turned it off. 49ers, Raiders. Put Brock Purdy and Jarrett Stidham on your bingo card. apparently
The double
this was
fighting Brock
this.
Purdy's and
Yeah,
Jared Stidham.
this was dubbed the best game of the year for some people. Devonte Adams ends up with a 30 burger. Brandon Ayuk goes the fuck off. Oh, there's our curse word. Same with Christian McCaffrey. It just was a very entertaining game, and of course, I saw none of it.
Yeah, and you were sweating this one. You had Devonte Adams and Darren Waller with the backup quarterback. Interested in see how that was going to work out. Hey,
3 touchdowns from
paid
them.
off.
It
Paid
paid
off.
off, and it still wasn't enough.
I know it's absolutely crazy. Um, just wild. Yeah, I keep going back to like I still think Brinkman. I was ready to order these jerseys at halftime. Like I had them all pulled up. I had the
5
jerseys
yards,
ready to
man.
go. Um, I was hoping to get it through because right now this time of year, yeah, jerseys go fast.
Yep.
So
I already did the math on it. He needs 5 more yards from Josh Allen through the air, or 2 yards rushing.
oh my gosh, what if it was tied? That would have been absolutely insane.
I don't think
It,
it can tie. Oh,
no,
yes, it can.
quarterback points.
Four yards is tied.
That would have been funny. Oh my
Yep,
god.
4 passing yards
But
or
again,
2 rushing yards for him to beat me.
they will play this game. Like it's the NFL. They will play this game as bad as it sounds. They will play this game. Obviously not tonight, but they will play it tomorrow. Or
Mike Tomlin
Wednesday.
wins. Mike Tomlin wins a game that he just always wins. Tyler Huntley couldn't get the job done. Mark Andrews finally has a nice day. It looked like all he did was target tight ends because he didn't throw the ball very much.
You know what the shitty
Najee
thing?
Harris.
You know what the shitty thing is? If Pittsburgh
What's
wins
that?
next week, they will finish with an above 500 record again. They're 8-8.
Which is shocking.
Oh my god.
Najee Harris and Jalen Warren both have nice days. Deontay Johnson does diddly poo.
As he's done all year.
Yep. I just couldn't bring myself to bench him after having such a nice game the week before, and it just made sense. You just go with your gut. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Win some, you lose some. Let's talk about the guy who just sealed it, which was Austin Eckler. Scores 30-something on his own. 2 touchdowns, 122 yards on 10 carries, 4 catches for 39 yards. Somehow that turns into 30 points.
Yeah.
Just looking at it, it doesn't look like 30 points because it seems like all of that is very attainable for everyone involved. Mike Williams with a good day. Gerald Everett finds the end zone, just falls in, probably a top 10 tight end. And Cam Akers with another nice day. Not much else to speak of in that game.
By the way, how do you see the timer on the Zoom call?
I don't know.
Oh shit. We better keep rocking and rolling.
Okay. Seahawks beat the Jets, which was pretty surprising. I don't think I saw that coming with how bad of a skid the Seahawks have been in. They leaned on Kenneth Walker, and that was probably what sealed it. Jonathan Knight, once again, could not get anything going on the ground. Conklin had a nice day, which everyone predicted. And Garrett Wilson could not be found. 11 targets, 3 catches, 18 yards.
Yeah, Mike White was absolutely horrendous this week.
Yep. Mike,
we're about 20. We're about 25 minutes in. We got about 15 minutes.
All right, cool. Tampa beats Carolina in a game that was way closer than it needed to be. Once again, I didn't see any of this, but I'm sure for all Tampa Bay fans, it was nice to see Tom do it again.
Mike Evans finally shows up for Blaster, man. He's been bad all year long, and Blaster gets it done with Mike Evans 10 for 207 and 3. Again, the game comes down to the game tonight, but it looks like Patrick is going to ride the toilet seat.
Who is Pat?
Patrick.
All right.
Sorry, Pat. It's all right.
Browns take care of the Commanders. Another player who just put the nail in my coffin. Not yet, but tune in
Amari
later.
Cooper. 2 catches.
Amari Cooper.
3 with 2 touchdowns.
3 catches for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh man.
It was like a bad dream watching that.
Oh, happen. I know. Oh man.
And just to break down the stats from tonight's game, which is no longer happening right now. it looks like, well, Tyler Boyd found the end zone, 1 catch, 14 yards and a touchdown. Joe Burrow was 4 for 4, 52 yards and a touchdown. Josh Allen finishes tonight with 2 carries for 14 yards, 3 for 6 for 33 yards through the air, and 2 catches for 26 yards for Stephon Diggs. That sounds like a Bills-Ravens game.
Say that last part again.
Those score lines sound like a Bills-Ravens game, but like a completed one.
Yeah.
Or not a Bills-Ravens, Browns-Ravens.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway.
So obviously we've been recapping, the championship game all night, along with everything going on. Brinkman is down just a few, hundredths of a point, tenth of a point. Again, I think he'll get it done as long as they get this game completed tomorrow. Patrick,
as long as cousin Josh walks out there for one possession, it's over. If he doesn't, then I win barely.
And see, the thing is, like, they're not canceling the rest of the NFL season. Like, as terrible as that sounds, like, the NFL is a business, and I don't want to go too far into the weeds of that, but, like, I don't think they don't play this game. It's not, obviously not tonight, and that's the right choice. They don't need to play it tonight, They've postponed games in the past, obviously, for different reasons. And they should have postponed the game tonight. Like, that's a tragic situation. So just got to wait and see. Our championship game will come down to that. Again, we've already mentioned the other game is Blaster and Patrick played in the toilet seat championship game, if you want to call it a championship.
Got walked over.
Patrick's been getting walked over all year. It's been absolutely insane. Patrick's been playing. Everyone that plays Patrick is just lighting him up.
Blaster almost disqualified himself, except for the fact that Gibson was questionable going into the game, based on what I'm looking at here. So
yeah, it's crazy. But Blaster, you don't have to sign that toilet seat again. So no two-time toilet seater. Maybe no two-time, maybe no back-to-back champ. We'll see what happens.
Maybe there will be. Maybe, you never know.
I've been pretty bad. I've been stuck in Denver. I haven't ran the numbers on all the bets yet, so I don't have our final tally for the season.
I don't either, but I have a proposition for you.
Yeah.
I think we do a fantasy bracket, or a playoff bracket, where we pick a bracket. Correct answer, wild card round, 1 point. Correct answer, division 2, 3, 4, and up the ladder.
Yeah, well, so like based on your bracket, like each individual, or like bi-weekly?
Weekly. So okay. Like you make a bracket, because
but they're reseeded every week.
Right, they reseed, so you take that into account when you make the bracket.
Oh, so okay. So whatever bracket I make is the bracket I select. I see what you mean.
Correct. And then for some additional points, and then we could also do, they're terrible, but the fantasy playoff rosters. But that's pretty terrible.
They're so fun, man. I love the fantasy.
You love it?
I love fantasy playoffs. It's so fun.
All right, let's do that.
I'll send you some stuff. We may have to just try one.
Just to give you a chance to come back, because I'm pretty sure I'm creaming you.
I think you've got me by a couple points. Yeah. I'll have to run the numbers when I get back into Sheridan this week. The roads in the southern part of the state have been horrendous. So we're looking to get out tomorrow and make the drive up.
Yeah. I snowplowed for probably 2.5 hours, and I snowplowed for 45 minutes initially, and I high centered my truck in the street trying to leave my driveway. So then I had to dig it out, and someone came by and pulled me out. So then I reparked my truck, cleared more snow, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get to work in the morning.
10 minutes.
Yep. So let's do our bets for week 18.
Oh, we're doing bets for week 18. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, they're yours this week.
Ooh, I don't know if there's too many lines up yet.
Yeah, week 18 is. Oh, people are destroying Skip Bayless. Oh my
god. More rushing yards.
Oh god, are you making up your own lines?
Vikings or Bears?
Bears.
Okay, give me the Vikings. I don't know what our
Wait,
bets were for week 17. So.
Rushing yards, like team rushing yards, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the Bears. They had Justin Fields.
Do you have a lock of the week?
Oh man. Do another bet, and I'll look at the spreads.
Okay. I haven't looked at lock of
Yeah.
the week either.
9 minutes.
Okay. We have the. I don't want to touch that one. Oh my gosh. We have the Giants and Eagles minus 14 for Philadelphia. Give me plus 14 Giants.
That's a good one. Yeah, I guess I'll take the minus 14. That's terrible. That's your lock of the week?
No.
Oh, damn you. That's a better lock of the week. All right. Who is lock of the week? Lock of the week. Lock of the week.
You can go ahead and do your lock of the week whenever you're ready. I think I have mine.
So it's my pick first. All right.
I have the last bet. If you're not ready.
Okay.
Seattle minus 6.5. Rams plus 6.5.
If Seattle wins, are they in?
Don't know.
I'll take Rams plus 6.5.
Okay, give me the Seahawks. And what's your lock of the week?
Lock of the week. Give me. Kansas City minus 9.
And they're playing
The Raiders.
the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Chiefs minus 9.
Yep.
They don't even have that spread on ESPN yet. Give me the Cowboys minus 4 over the Commanders.
I have minus 3.5.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Do you still have the same spreads? 14 and 6.5 for the other two?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, best of luck to the injured Buffalo Bill.
I'll keep everybody updated on the entire situation, what's going on. No official word is out yet, but
Brinkman needs either 2 rushing yards or 5 passing yards from Josh Allen to get that for a year. Otherwise, I add another jersey.
Well, he gets a jersey too, but
yes. But I mean, to the wall. The championship ones go on the wall.
That is true. Updating. No more official news.
They're going to be up all night trying to figure this one out. Boarding rooms or Zoom calls with 100 people on it and a bunch of baby boomers, you know.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. This should have been, one of the most fun episodes of the season. Maybe we'll have
one way or another.
Maybe we'll come back, in a week or two and recap a few things, especially if we're going to be doing some playoff bets. So maybe we jump on a 20-minute call.
I actually kind of like this 40-minute time crunch.
Okay.
It puts us on our toes a little bit, but during the regular season, when there's so much to talk about, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, maybe we jump on sometime next week. Sometime, maybe not. It might not be our regular scheduled Monday. Maybe we jump on, Thursday or Friday or something. We'll work it out and get some bets in, and just talk a little bit and talk about some playoff fantasy leagues and some playoff bets and go from there. God, I wish I would be crowning a champion tonight and I could be buying some jerseys. But that's gonna have to wait, another day or another.
There's a bunch of limited jerseys on there right now too, but we can't pick.
Yeah. Don't let the ether hear that there's limited jerseys out there. Because they're very
I
rare
was
to come by.
shocked.
So Yeah. We got about a minute 30 to go. Congratulations to, it's going to be Dalton
We'll
or
see.
Frankman. See what happens. Patrick, you are going to be the newest member of the toilet seat brigade. So congratulations to you. I know you'll honor it and wear it proudly at the draft. We will be in touch over the next week or so as we, crown a champion one way or another. So
Happy off season, boys.
happy offseason, everybody.
I have 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
I'm trying to stop the recording. There it is.
Oh.
Peace.